We're back inside the booth where we talk to coaches, players, and recruits, and we've got one of the best that 2026 has to offer. Aaron Gregory, he's from the state of Georgia, but right now he's lined up to play college ball out in Texas. Aaron, we appreciate the time, man, and
Thank you.
it's probably been pretty crazy for you over the past week or two with your big decision.
Definitely. Definitely.
Well, let's talk, man. I mean, you and I were just kind of talking before this. I was in the building, for LSU A&M. That's obviously,
Mhm.
a big weekend for you. You made the commitment to the Aggies right after the game. First off, as a college football fan, I know you grew up loving the game. How crazy was that atmosphere?
Man, it was insane. That's probably what like the best atmosphere I've done seen so far, as in like a recruit. Like just going to the different games. That's probably the best one I've done seen so far.
Obviously, man, there's a lot of things that go into a decision, but I know for players, they want to play in a fun atmosphere. How much, how important is that to you? Like, I know you want to be somewhere where the fans give a lot of love. I mean, was that a big reason, or how important is that for you?
It's important, but it's not nothing crazy to me. I feel like because I feel like the fans not really the fans. Okay, they gonna push you, they'll talk, but the fans got the bad side too, where it's like, oh, why he ain't do this, why he ain't do that. So it's more like okay, I love it, but like it's gonna be hatred to it too. So it's not
Yeah.
like a huge thing.
Yeah, passionate both ways. That's what college
Definitely.
football is, and the SEC. Well, man, we talk more about that game. Obviously, I mean, you talk about the ebbs and flows of the SEC. I know you're a guy that wants to play in the best. A lot of people feel like the SEC is the best conference. What about this program under Mike Elko, who I've been very impressed with?
Hmm.
What about this program made you want to say, I want to go play for these guys, and I want to make that decision now?
Definitely. Like I feel like they treat me like family. Like when every time I go, it ain't nothing like it just feels family. It's like just there, and then you got one of the best receiver coaches ever that goes like that's coaching
Mhm.
Coach Wiggins, also the only receiver coach to have like a Heisman under his name, and he's coached many greats at Bama that's made it to the league. So I feel like if I can get coached under him, I definitely can make it to the big time where I want to go. And then you got Coach Trooper, Coach Elko, very cool people. Like Coach Elko is probably one of the coolest head coaches you ever meet. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And then Coach Trooper, he gonna treat you like your family, definitely.
You mentioned family a lot there. Obviously, a passionate fan base, and it was a good
Mhm.
group of recruits on the sideline there pregame. Talk about your role now. I mean, we know that other schools are still going to pursue you. You still have a little bit before you kind of put your name on the dotted line. But what's your plan as a leader in this class for the Aggies? Like, what are some of your next steps? Are you recruiting other guys? Where do you go from here?
I would say I would be like a little bit of recruiting other guys, like telling them, okay, this is real. Like it ain't nothing fake. Like you got some colleges that show you fake love. Like with the
Mhm.
Aggies, it ain't fake. It's definitely real. And then just get back to my school and show the little kids like it's possible to like do something greater than what you like think you can't do. Like people will say, okay, I have a dream to go to college. I have a dream to go to the NFL. They make it real. Like I want to be that person that can show them that's like, okay, it's real. Like he did it, so I could do it.
Yeah, no, and talk about just the ability to go back home. Look, I mean, you don't have to look very far, and like I said, I'm from the state of Georgia. I'm well aware of what Douglas County and a lot of other these schools. I mean, you guys had a big primetime game last weekend. Talk to me about what it's like to go back home. What was it like to go back home that first day of school back on Monday? And man, I don't know if you had any Aggie stuff on, but what was the reception like when you got back home?
It was crazy. Like it wasn't no hate towards me. It was more like congratulations. Like you doing your big one. Like good job. That's what it was like. So it was very like heartwarming, like a heartful moment.
You'd mentioned obviously Douglas County. You guys are having a fantastic season this year. I know you didn't get the results you wanted last weekend. Talk about this team that you're playing with. I mean, it's your junior season. You got a talented group of seniors, a talented group that obviously you guys want to end up in the bins. So, talk about what this season's been like, and maybe some of the things that you guys feel like you can accomplish.
I feel like season has been like one of the best seasons of my like high school football career ever. Like we've had ups, we had downs, we've had blowouts, we've had dog fights. Um, then everybody coming together, like learning how to take a loss as a team is the biggest thing. Like, okay, you gonna have those teammates that's like mad. You have teammates that's blaming, da 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 da. But at the end of the day, we all brothers and we all gonna make mistakes throughout the game. So one loss is not on one person. So just being able to like, I guess bounce back from a loss and telling them, okay, it'd be all right. We get them back next week, and we'll fix what we didn't have then. Is the biggest thing.
You mentioned a lot of things, and that's kind of what we saw in that A&M game against LSU. It didn't go their way to start off, and then they're able to kind of battle back. Do you see some similarities, like with how your program's being built, and are those some of the things you want to take with you wherever you end up, obviously playing?
Definitely, definitely. I feel like everybody like needs a. I feel like everybody needs like I don't want to say a loss, but like
Yeah.
everybody needs low key a loss, like to like bounce back from. Like, okay, how we get better, like because
Mhm.
nobody's perfect. So definitely,
Go back into the A&M thing. You talked about some of the coaches you've built bonds and relationships with, and we know that's a big piece to the puzzle. Like you got to feel like you're
definitely.
at home, got to feel like you have family. But I'm curious, Aaron. When the initial contact was reached out, and we know you're a guy that's been in the recruiting process earlier than a lot of other guys. What were some of the initial things that you were like, hey, that's pretty cool, and then you're able to kind of see how they could develop you? Was that kind of the vision that they kind of planned out for you?
Kind of, it was a little weird at first because it was like, okay, Coach Trooper, Coach Elko were at Duke, so
Hmm.
Duke was recruiting me hard, and then Coach Wiggins was at Bama, and then Bama was recruiting me hard. So I'm like, okay, dang, that's crazy. So then they all went to the same like school to A&M. So then it was just perfect at that point. It was like, okay, now we got all three of them recruit me to the same spot. So it's like it's home.
Yeah, no, that's awesome to hear, man. And you obviously you talk about the SEC as a whole. We were talking before about some other places that you're going to want to get to, and I'll ask you this question. You can take it wherever you want it. I mean, like we mentioned, you got a lot of time before you sign the dotted line. But for Aggie fans that watch this and listen to this, what can they expect out of you, kind of going forward? And well, you'll just keep it real. I mean, is this you wouldn't have made this commitment? It feels like if you didn't feel like it was home.
Definitely, I feel like right now they can take from me is this home, man. I can't wait to get there. I love them, and I'm gonna keep working until I can be the greatest ever.
I
Yeah.
got you. I got you, man. And it wouldn't hurt to wear those black jerseys either that they had on the field. What were your thoughts on those? Because I know fans were kind of mixed. Like black's not really a color for them.
Mhm.
What were your thoughts though?
I love them. I love a all blackout, man. That's the one, definitely.
Well, we were in the press box and the press box was shaking. That was a first for me. That's how loud it got. So it was awesome. It was a good time. Aaron, well, we'll get you out of here with this, man, just to maybe a message to A&M fans and maybe a message to those people back home. I mean, look, I know you were a little kid. You're living the dream right now. What can you say to those people that kind of have helped you get to this point?
Thank y'all, man. I love y'all. I love my mom. All glory to God for letting me be like the greatest I can be, and letting me still be able to strive to greatness and keeping me safe and healthy right now. And just thank y'all.
Yeah, and just keep having fun, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Aaron Gregory out there in Douglas County with a really good team. And if you're in the state of Georgia, you might want to go catch one of their games as they make a march towards the state title. Aaron, we appreciate the time, brother.
Thank you.
We'll get you out of here. Let people know where they can follow you, maybe on your social platforms, and
Guys.
they can get a more glimpse of you.
Instagram is Aaron Gregory _07, and the same for Twitter.